Hello there. I don't know why that's what I chose to start with, but you know what? We're going to run with it. Hello. We are back again for episode 3 with Palo. So, as is tradition in these videos at this point, from the previous 2 episodes, I have a little bit of a plan that I want to tell you about for what we're going to do today and hope to accomplish. And actually, you'll be proud of me, I made a to-do list. We're going places. We're going so many great places. Now, as we start this episode, you'll notice that I'm conspicuously floating in midair on some wood platforms, and that is because I did a little work off camera. Now, we know what that means in the world of YouTube. That means I did probably more than I should have without you. So, before we get started, I'm gonna show you around the place and get you cozy with the new digs that we got. And after, the plan for today is to go and attack that other black forest that's up north. And I do believe that I was looking back at the footage of us flying in, and I think I saw a mountain range up there in that black forest. So, we've got quite a bit to look forward to up there. We'll obviously be avoiding the mountain range if you know anything about this game, for now. I also installed some new mods. It was mostly a mod pack that kind of filled out all the other mods that I have. I found out that there was some holes in the mods that we were using before that we didn't have like the actual pieces to. And in particular, there's a magic mod that I installed, and that's going to allow us to enchant different stuff. I've used it before, but before we leave, I want to make one of the staffs, or the wands, I think they're called, just so we can kind of use them while we're out there. And maybe, what if the fire staff is really good at taking down trolls? You know what I mean? We can finally kill a troll. I don't think we'll be getting to our next boss just yet, but I think that's totally fine because, we gotta enjoy our time here. So yes, that is our plan for today. I have my coffee. I think you should honestly do the same. Maybe get a snack or something. Oh, it looks like it's about to storm. Alright, well, let's get a move on. And yes, indeed, it immediately starts raining. I'm gonna avoid turning around for as long as I can, just to keep up the suspense and the mystery. All right, yeah, let's go over this side first. So this is the original house that we were working on. I'm gonna quickly look this way. So I figured this would be just like our bank vault. I don't know about bank vault, but where it'll be our storage area, because I have the workbench and I got a kiln down there. Or a smelter, or a forge? One of those words, So yeah, we'll store all of our goodies in here. Oh yeah, I got some ore. Well, actually no, you guys knew that. I did get some copper though. Wait, where is that? Okay, well, now you know what this is, so let's yeah, I did quite a bit, this wall is gone. I really like this though. And man, the idea that I had in my head is really kind of coming together. But yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I got a little bit of copper. It was just that one vein that we found. There wasn't much, but it's still there. So we have a little bit of a reserve. But yeah, check this out. I think this is it's just so comfortable and cozy, especially while it's raining. We have a good view of our fire pit and our cottage. Also, I decided what we're going to do with this. We're going to make this like a farming. This will be like our barn almost, which I think is a super fitting use for that spot. I already have some of the bees' nest placed down there, and this is our little dude. Look at this. We have our specialty windows and a nice little comfy rug. It feels good on the feet. Riches aplenty. even more if we need, if you shall. And honestly, I am quite a big fan of the rock feature. It's giving contemporary. Like I was saying about the mods that I added, I wanted to make... Yeah, dude, look at all this new stuff. There's new swords. I noticed that some of the stuff is a repeat of other items from the War Maker mod, I think is what it's called. If it's not clear already, I'm not very aware of what we have installed. I was thinking though for our first wand with the magic mod that we'll start with the flame wand, just because it does the most damage to the most stuff. Like most things are weak to fire damage, or we have the lightning staff. Okay, so I'm looking at it here. It looks like the staffs take way more Eider, which is like the mana thing in this mod. So I think we'll start with a wand. Yeah, let's go with fire. I like that. Nice. Flame wand. We'll replace our dinky little flint sword. And then I also wanted to make the bone bow, which I only need one more scrap for. So let's go test out our wand on a boar. And it's quite a miserable evening out here. Is that a boar right there? Wait, yeah, so what's the range on this thing? Can I aim it? Nope. Ooh! Eider required. Oh, do I have to make the... I think I have to make the magic book. Beginner's magic. Yeah, unlock the mysteries of the arcane. Hold on. Let's build up the mysticism here. Unlock the mysteries of the arcane with the beginner's magic book. So, what is this? Yeah, make it. Tome. So does that give us Eider? Sure does! Oh my goodness, look at that. Is it gonna blow up? Nope. Alright, well, let's find out what it does on this poor little animal. Let's do it first person. Hey you! Oh! Oh! That's actually he's still alive? Oh! Okay, that didn't do much damage. I don't know if you saw it in the top left corner though, it did level up. So, I don't know. I guess we just have to work the skill? Who knows? Guess we'll find out, right? You are wet. Okay, I'm soggy. Yeah, you don't want to get into bed soggy. That's no good. Okay, good night. Time for some honk shoe. You know what I mean? You dream of a mighty bear sleeping deep below the earth. You know, these little dream messages, they have a meaning. Like, they tell you what's going to happen during the day, but I don't know what any of them mean. Okay, so now we should be able to make the bone bow. Yes. So what did we do before? This thing was level 2 and it does 25 pierce. This is level 1 and it already does 26. So, you know, not a crazy difference, but I think it's fine. And if we get some more leather scraps, we can upgrade it too. So I think I'm gonna run and do that real quick. Whoa, what is this? Like... Oh man, I'm so sorry. Look at this, like, reticle we get though in the middle now. That's kind of wild and wacky looking. Man, the combat with the magic stuff is actually pretty fun. I've never played with this mod before, but that's actually super enjoyable. You know, it is currently 12:41 a.m. And literally the only reason, I decided to start recording now is because I was grinding Valheim earlier. I was just kind of getting resources so that I wouldn't have to worry about it as much while we were playing together. But then I got to a point where I was like, no, this is, I'm doing way too much, you know? They're gonna be upset with me because I left them out. And that's not cool, you know? We are going to upgrade the bone bow. Alright, what does it do now? 30. Oh, I feel fine with that. Yeah, 30's... Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Alright, well, we've got everything packed up. Yeah, we're all set. I've got enough arrows. I made some extra fire arrows just in case we run into ye old blue guy that are super tall. You know what that means, of course. So, we're headed up here, which is quite a bit a ways away. The furthest we've been from spawn and our home is down here, or like over here. So, you got like twice that to go. I never figured out how to disable the hoe boost, but, you know, we'll just act like it doesn't exist. You don't have to suffer through the act of actually running this far, though. So, you know, we're fine. One thing that I did figure out about is part of that mod that added the new animals, it also adds new rugs. Yeah, warfare. So there's a black bear rug. I can't see it at all. Its eyes glow though, which is frickin' sweet. So we'll definitely be making that. The fox one is pretty cool too. A little haunting though. Yeah. So it's interesting because I don't actually remember running up this way, but apparently I did because I ran up the coast and over this way a little bit. But I know while I was down here, I did see an island over... Oh yeah, right there. You can see the tip of it right here. And it looks pretty cool. We'll have to make a boat. We'll make a raft at some point. And then we can go wherever we want to different continents and stuff, you know? Are they smart? He went to the water. He knows. See if we can snipe this guy. Oh, he's moving. Yeah, that's not happening. Maybe. Watch this. Oh! Yeah. How much damage did it do to him, though? Oh, pretty good. That's not too bad. The only problem is that we're going to have to, since we're going so far from home, we're going to have to watch our weight a lot. Since, you know, I'm mainly looking for ore, but you know how that went last time. Whoa. Oh! Oh, it's a fire battle. Oh my. This just turned into Harry Potter. Is he fighting him? Sure is. How much damage are we doing? Literally none. Is he a boss or something? Oh, he's talking. Oh, he's a main guy. He's the main character. Oh, never mind. He just got ripped apart by that arrow. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Dude, he's leading his shots. Is he crazy? Set these guys on fire. Oh my goodness. Nice. That was pretty smooth. He's going nuts over there. Oh, you stop. Oh! The Great Fire Warrior falls. What did he give us? I saw a bunch of stuff pop up. Elder Shard. Okay. Something about, like, Mage Weave? Is that what it was? Whoa! Okay, the wand is, you know, it's cool, but wow, it does not do much damage. I can't believe it's already nighttime, dude. Like, we just frickin' got here, and this is not a good time to be here. Okay, I think I'm gonna go back home and sleep, and then come back. I won't make you guys watch all of it, but yeah. Just because we wasted a lot of time. Oh, we also forgot something. What is this? Magic runestone, cool. Whoa. What is this? Vegvisir Asmodeus. Oh, is there a mod that adds other bosses? Asmodeus? Dude, that is not in the base game. Are these like only visible at night? That looks super cool. I want this little green lantern to put in the house. That looks dope. I do gotta say, I really enjoy this new look. Especially at nighttime, like, oh, it just looks so comfy. Like, imagine taking a nap up here. Are you kidding? I don't think I would ever want to wake up in the best way possible. All right, we're back, and so is he. So we're gonna avoid him this time, just for, you know, just for time's sake. We don't want to be here forever. Oh, but he's not avoiding us. Super sick. Whoa! And the only other thing I have is fire arrows, which... Oh! Okay, yeah. So, 2 shots to the face and he's done. Duly noted. Oh! Oh! Oh, he was just taking a little... He had to think about that one. But man, look at this. This is like an actual black forest. The other one over there is kind of stinky and smelly. Oh wow. Oh wow, I suck. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. Oh, we got our first barrel. So... Pickaxe? That worked. What's up? Oh yeah, you want it? Oh, he wants it. Oh, he did not want it. Is there someone I can use this on? This is a waste of an arrow. Hello? There's no one around? Okay, well, let's see what happens if I... Will it come back down? Oh. Yeah, it'll come back down. I wonder if that'll do damage to us. We'll have to find out later. Now's not the time. Ooh, more coin. My favorite. I was gonna say going up, but we're not. We're going out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna mark it. Yeah, this is just a good way to tell where you've been, so you don't waste your time thinking like, oh, what's that over there? Have I been there? You can just look on the map and you'll know. Which, later in the game, when you've explored a lot of these, is so much more useful than you would think, honestly. Oh, and look at that. Copper deposit. You know, as I'm sitting here swinging this pickaxe like this, it reminded me of when I was in like, I think it was like 6th grade. I was in a play. I was one of the 7 dwarves in Snow White. Oh man, we had to, for like 3, it wasn't exactly a play. It was kind of think of a haunted house, but for theater, like a theater club. And for like 4 or 5 days, we had to, after school, go into the like old middle school, and it was me and 6 other of my friends, and we would stand there and fake swing the pickaxes in this little like side room, and we would just have to stand there and sing songs for like 2 hours after school, fake swinging a pickaxe just like this. And you know what you're probably expecting me to say next is like, oh my gosh, I hated it, like I was so miserable. Dude, those were like some of my favorite memories ever. just because it was so like, I don't know, it was so stupid that we all couldn't help but laugh at our situation. Alright, so far we have 8 copper, which is not so bad. The next thing I need to build is a kiln. Or not a kiln. Or wait, no, yeah, it is a kiln. Because that is what we will use to... We'll put wood in it, and we'll get coal. Charcoal. Oh, pickaxe broke. Well, check this out. That's not a problem. I don't have any wood? Yeah, I do. Come on. Alright, we're gonna put a workbench wherever it can go. Then we're gonna take one of these and go like this, and then go like this. There. Bang! Isn't that just swell? And then actually, we'll do this. We'll do... we use this. Workbench. Oh, look at this. We got a little home. I think we should just stay here forever. I'm sheltered. That's pretty cool. Eat some food. Oh, look at this. Ice guy. I don't even want to know what you are. Oh, God. Stamina is such a thing in this game. Like, it's always out, no matter what you do. Okay, I think that's all the mining we're gonna do before it gets dark out. I'm gonna mark it. Yeah, we'll mark it down. And let's go do some more exploring. I see this massive cave thing. I think this might be a troll cave. TBH, is it? Yes, it is. It totally is. Okay. I kind of want you guys to see this, because I know what's about to happen, and it's gonna be funny for you. Let's see, actually, okay. I'm gonna equip my fire arrows, practice a roll, and let's get in there. Let's get our head in the game. Troll cave. There he is. Okay. I zoned out really hard. That kind of didn't do too bad damage. Do we go back in? I think we go back in. Oh! Okay, no. We're gonna end up dying. That's such a bad idea. I can always just run back though, right? Like if I die, how big of a problem really is it? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm going for here? Run, run, run. Oh! My roll didn't work. Okay, now you see what I mean. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, man. And now I've created a way bigger problem for myself. You know what? I'm going to take the liberty of using this. I shouldn't have gotten, I got too cocky. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone back in. Here's the only issue. This is why it's such a problem now, is that my stuff is in there behind him. Like he is standing at the door and my gravestone is like in front of where he's standing. So I have to get in there, dodge whatever is going to happen, and then try to get my stuff and get out before he hits me again. Oh, there's one over there. Is that the same spot? I'm not totally sure. Oh, it says died in battle on our grave marker. I don't know. It wasn't much of a battle. Alright, well, here we are. Let's get our stamina back, so we can roll if we have to. Actually, I'm going to keep using the... Can we roll with it, though? No, we cannot. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, he's back in his bed. Grab the Oh, do we have everything? We do. Bone bow? Yes. Alright, let's get out of here. I'd hate to say that I'm bad at learning from my mistakes, but... Oops. Is his health recharged? Nope. Oh, those were just flint arrows, so he didn't burn. The force is angry. Oh no. Okay, yeah, we're gonna leave. Alright, well that was very interesting. I'm happy that we got our stuff out. There has been times where I've died from those things, like one of the first few times I fought them, and I was at this kind of stage in the game where I have a good amount of stuff, you know, coming back with a ton of crap in my inventory, and then just lose it all. Pickaxe, all the armor, all the weapons. Let me tell you, that is not fun at all. Not a big fan of that experience. This is kind of why I wanted to try and disable the hoe boost, just because I know I'm gonna use it if it's there. Okay, so this right here is our smelter. We put coal in this side and our ore in this side. However, we don't have any coal. So, am I able to make a... Oh no, I'm not. I remember why too. Yeah, we need more acetylene cores, which are... Those are the little orange cubes that we got from the burial chamber. So, we need to go back and find another one. Luckily, there's this one that we marked and did not go through. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to sleep and then head down there. Another thing that we will get to do soon is... Why so loud? Like I was saying, one thing that we can do very soon is make... Once we smelt some copper, we can make the fermenter. And then we can start making meads, which give you a ton of like stamina boost. Like our stamina bar will be at like 120. It'll be massive, which is exactly what I need, because wow, constantly out. Whoa! Oh, he moved a lot. Okay, he wasn't over here last time. Dude, let's fight him. I don't even care. You're outside. I can run from you. Oh, I forgot they throw rocks. What? What? Dude! One shot? Why is my bow still in my hand? I don't have any arrows. Dude. Oh, come on, man. Wow, that really sucks. I think you can now probably see why I've been so terrified by these things at to this point. They're just... Oh, God, they're the worst. Usually my tactic would be to roll in between their legs. Like you saw me trying to roll in between where he was standing, but for some reason it doesn't work now. Because if you roll in between their legs, you can get away from where they're swinging at. But I guess that strat doesn't work now. Anyway. Don't run away from me. Come here. Did he die? What happened? Why'd you growling and running away? Come here. Hey, big weirdo. Okay. Be careful what you ask for. He's got to be like nearly dead. Let's hit him with another. What's he at? Oh, that didn't look too good. I didn't see what it was, but... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he's not even halfway. Oh, I hit him for 117. He's burning. That was nice. Where's he at? Oh, he's fighting those things. Okay. They killed him. Did they actually? They did. Oh, glorious, dude. Oh, man, that is... Oh, sensational. Oh, look at you now. I'm gonna act all big and tough now because you're dead and I died like 3 times, so... Come here. Super cool. Okay, troll bone. That's new. A heavy old troll bone. It has a moldy stench to it. Oh, God. That made me feel... that made me feel a certain way. And now we have troll hide, which is so useful. That'll be our next set of armor, actually, too. Where is this burial chamber at? It is seriously storming out here. I would like to go inside, please. Ah, yes. Oh. Cozy. Ooh! Comes lurching out of the shadows. Come here. Ooh! Okay, that genuinely scared me. Wow. Oh. I want to go home. Well, we've done this before, so let's just do it again, you know? That's nothing to it but to do it. I'm actually a very big fan of that phrase. Oh, there's a spawner in there. I see that. So let's check this side first. Ah, see? Nothing wrong. Little glowing mushroom in the corner. We like this room. This is our safe place. Okay, open up. Get rid of that. Oh, hit him. Yeah. Okay, and these are what we came for. Super, super nice. We're gonna need a ton of those. When you're clearing rooms like this out, you gotta kind of look under stuff and around on the floor, because there will be stuff hidden like everywhere. I don't know why I put so much emphasis on everywhere. It is true though. They hide stuff under like everything. What? What is that? Rancid remains? Dude, those are only supposed to be in the... Oh, those are only supposed to be in the swamp. Okay. Eider fractured remnant? What is that? Okay. There's a lot going on right now, admittedly. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we know where he's at. And shirtling cause. Oh, can we see through the wall? Hello? Oh my gosh, dude. That is a really cool noise, but a little, disconcerting is the right word here, I believe. What's going on in here? Nope. You know, I'm gonna give him the special door treatment. That is so useful. And so is that. Oh. Dude, this dungeon is massive. I mean, this is just going on forever. Wow. Yeah, I really like the first person mode. I just... using it with this axe thing is so, like, disorienting. Like, you swing it and your whole screen just goes nuts. You can't really, like, tell what you're doing. TBH. TBH. Are we going up? Nope. Dude, this is a lot more haunting in first person, and with no torch or anything. Oh, this has very quickly turned into a horror game, all of a sudden. It's very dark in my room. I will say that droning wind in the background is very nice. So how many did we get? We got 7, so that's enough for the kiln. We still have that massive black forest on the other side to go find more in. You know, I'm not too heavy. I think we might as well grab some more of this copper. Yeah, I only mined out a little bit of it. This game is truly amazing. I know I've talked it up pretty highly, but it really, like, genuinely is. The reason I'm saying that is just because, like, I've been looking at what we're gonna play next. I made a community post about it, but I don't know. I just don't think there's any game where we can get this same vibe. Like, for example, we could do something very similar in something, for example, like Skyrim. Like, I was thinking either Skyrim or Oblivion for the next game. I know I'm looking a little far into the future here, but, you know, it's good to be mindful of where you're headed. But yeah, I don't know that I could get this much. If I had to describe it with any other word, I would say aura. This game has aura, dude. Especially, I'm a person that moves on to things pretty, like, rather quickly. You know, like, I'm not an iPad kid and I just look for the immediate closest next dopamine rush, but dude, this game has held my attention pretty consistently for, I don't know, the better part of a decade, like 6 or 7 years, which, man, in the modern gaming world is just, that's impressive. Like, that's not easy to do when there's so much other stuff that you could be doing. Like, earlier I was playing Call of Duty with my cousin and his girlfriend and one of my other friends, and I was telling them, I'm like, dude, I want to go play some Valheim right now. Like, you guys should download it. Like, I'm hooked again, and I love that because I love this game. It does kind of stink that it's not super popular anymore. Like, I know it still has a very good community, but man, it's not, I don't know. I can tell that it's slowly, like, fading, not into obscurity, but out of the spotlight. And sadly, I do think it has already seen its peak, which with most games is right around its release, so that's totally understandable. But still, it's just such an enjoyable game. And if you're here, I'm assuming you enjoy gaming, so you've either played it or you understand what I'm saying. You know, like, these older generations have, like, Quake and stuff that were, to them, like, amazing, and then they just kind of fade away in favor of other stuff, which I wouldn't even necessarily say is, like, a bad thing or a sad thing. Yeah, I don't know where this yapping session came from, but I was just, I don't know, I felt like mentioning it, because, I don't know, it is true that I'm curious about where we'll end up on this channel. I'm like 90% sure we'll end up on Oblivion at some point. I haven't played it, I never played the original, but I played a ton of Skyrim, so I'm kind of prepared for whatever it's going to be. But then again, there isn't this freedom. You know, like, look at the size of this map. I mean, dude, a lot of this is going to be ocean, and then you have the swamplands like here, and then the desert area and the ashlands and stuff like that, and it's just, we've only explored that. Like, everything we've done has basically been in this little oval, you know, and then there's Eikthyr fight over there, but seriously. And if I wanted to, I could literally just make a boat and sail all the way down here. There's poles on both sides of the map, so like little like Antarcticas and Arctic circles, but they're like made out of fire. I think that might be the Ashlands, now that I think about it. But if I wanted to, we could literally make some copper nails, make the big boat, I forget what it's called, and then just sail there. Ignore the rest of the game and just find ourselves down there. There are things in the water that will attack you, however, which would be a problem. And along that entire trip, we could make houses wherever we wanted, in any way that we wanted. Especially once you get stone blocks and building stuff and more of the furniture items, dude. It's just, what other game has that? I mean, there's Minecraft, but you're restricted to blocks. Well, I'm doing a little Valheim meat riding here, so let's pivot. Dude, it's literally 2 a.m. and I'm drinking a Mountain Dew. That's not good. I'm gonna be up till like 5 a.m. Oh, our first piece of tin. Did that say wall swords? That totally said wall swords. Wall shield? Wall sword? Will this be cool over here? Oh man, I love it. Bring it down. We'll put that one of these rocks, maybe this one over here that already has a staircase, we'll make like an armory. Alright, well, let's take a little break away from mining and smelting and dying. I'm very excited to talk about our topic for today, mostly because it's such an interesting thing to talk about, but also because it's constantly changing in the way that we function with it as a society, but also with the way that we learn about it. And today I want to talk about the idea of self, or how to find yourself, or identity. Now, it's such an interesting topic because we as people are not stagnant beings. We're constantly changing in so many different ways. And because of that, for the most part, there really is not a definite end to who we are. There's no end picture of who you will be one day, or throughout your entire life you're going to be a different person many times. And of course, some people do stay kind of stagnant in the way that they think or who they are as a person, their hobbies and things like that. But for the most part, people change every day. You may not notice them all at once because it's a very gradual thing, but we're always changing. So how do you form a solid identity? If something is constantly changing, what affects an identity? I think distilled into like very, very simple terms, identity is the qualities and attributes that form our inner character. I think throughout our lives, and this is discussed a lot in therapy and self-help and all this kind of stuff, but the main factors that form this are the social circles with friends and family and who you keep around you, your values and your qualities, and your past experiences, the things that you've gone through. I think the biggest identifying factor for a person is their values and their qualities. What a person feels is right is in so many ways the most relevant thing when we're talking about identity, because that is pretty much, it's like your moral computer is your values. I guess in more popular terms, they call that a moral compass, you know. Now in Hinduism, and I know this may be out of some people's ballpark, but I enjoy studying the way that these people and this culture thinks about concepts like this. But in Hinduism, they have a concept of something called your Atman, which is pretty much your soul. It's like the essence of a human soul. And to kind of put some context into what this thing is, it's separate from another concept, which is your ahankara, which is the worldly manifestation of, you know, your ego and your body. Your Atman is like the bottom of who we are. It's separate from your actual personality and the way that the characteristics of who you are. It's almost like it's your instincts. When you feel yourself instinctively reacting to things, that is your Atman. I want you to think of it like a radio signal, and your ahankara is as the radio. Although we don't have the same teachings in the West, really, like we don't have much of a concept for this besides like the idea of the soul. I think these are amazing concepts to learn from because they're very distinctive. In Western culture, we keep these things kind of oblique. But if we think of things in terms of the Atman and the ahankara, then you're thinking of who you are instinctively. Like you see a puppy and your first thought is to smile, or you feel warmth within yourself. And if that sounds at all interesting to you, I do genuinely recommend that you go and study some of the things that Hinduism culture includes. It's very, very, very interesting stuff. And I think they unlocked the ideas of things that, you know, a lot of people haven't thought about yet. They just had a very inspiring and healthy way of life, I think. It's a little dreamy, I'll admit, but we're not here to judge. I enjoy it. So it's very important to identify those things and make sure that we know the context of how an identity is formed. Because if you're out looking for yourself, and everyone always says this, oh, I need to find myself. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm at in life. Well, here's some things to start with. Mindfulness is taught so frequently in therapy. I mean, therapists, it's kind of the therapist's hammer. They use it for everything. They're very correct for that in a way. I'm not one yet myself, but mindfulness is so useful for so many things if you think about it. If you can just simply pay more attention to what's going on in your life and what the facts are, then you can sit and think, oh, well, maybe this needs to change, or maybe this needs to function better in my life, or maybe I'm not doing so good over here. The first step in solving a problem is understanding the problem, or at least identifying it. And so in being mindful about how things actually make you feel, reflection is one of the most key parts of learning that and identifying what's actually important to you in your life. And just like identity, like we were saying, these things change a lot. Like things that were a part of your personality when you were 10 are not going to be relevant now. There are things that stick with you, but I know a lot of people have like a favorite food they had when they were a kid, and then they try it now and they're like, what? Like, I enjoyed this? I hate this. Like, this is disgusting. Like, you really enjoyed cosmic brownies when you were 10, but now you hate them. You know? Well, it's mostly the same with your values. This will constantly change. Use the same mindset when dealing with friends, activities, jobs, anything. How do these things truly make you feel? Let's say you work at a bank, but you hate it. That means it doesn't align with your identity. I know it's a little bit of a buzzword. It's a little used up, but cognitive dissonance is a very good word here. Your external environment is not matching your internal state. And this is why a lot of people get so lost in life, and they feel like they have to find themselves, or I don't know who I am, and they get older and they start panicking. I mean, you don't even have to necessarily be older for this to be a thing. Like, I feel like I had a midlife crisis at 16. However, this is where you want to be cautious of self-destructive behavior. You see people that are part of a marriage and they have a partner, and then they start getting this thought of like, oh, my life is stagnant and I hate where I'm at. I need to find myself. And so they use this as an excuse to do terrible things. They might cheat or ask for a divorce or start being mean to their partner, or it's all about context with situations like that. But you have to be aware of self-destructive behavior when thinking of things like this. You know that basic story of, oh, I need to find myself. And I guess the bank example works really well here. Because it's like, if you're using that income to survive, then maybe it's not such a bad thing. And this is one thing that me and my therapist talked about very recently. And by the way, I think everyone should have a counselor or a shrink. even counselors should have counselors. But me and her were talking about something like checking the facts, helpful versus hurtful. You have to look around yourself and determine the facts around yourself, not the pertaining to the last episode, not the assumptions or the perceptions, but what is actually around you, and is it helpful or is it hurtful? If something is no longer helpful and you also feel like you don't align with it, then those are two very good reasons for it to not be in your life. The first one alone, just if something is hurtful, and if you're not depending on it, then that's fine. Get that energy out of your life. You don't need that around. Life is far too short to be wasting it on things that are hurtful. And even if you are depending on it, there are ways to pivot. It may take time, it may take a lot of effort, but there's always a way to shift your position in life. Position. And this can even be a thing during everyday life. Like if just simply an activity you're doing, like you watch too much YouTube or you watch too much TikTok. Doom scrolling is just a terrible thing nowadays, but that's not helpful. That is hurtful, very, for your brain, for your life, for everything. And it's okay to relax, but realize the facts around yourself. If you get on Instagram for 10 minutes and kind of get distracted, that's whatever. You're not, but that wasn't like a catastrophic, oh, I sat and rotted away on Instagram for 3 hours and like, no, that's not the facts. That's not what happened. That's your perception of yourself, and that's yourself judging yourself. So going back to the idea of reflection, I feel like I kind of moved on really quick from that subject, but reflection is important in every way, because like we said about the factors that form our identity, your past experiences are one of the seriously contributing factors of that. If you go through traumatic events, those events in your life can completely change who you are and how you function. Now, a lot of people go through life and they just kind of float around. They don't think about these things that went on. And I know people that have gone through their entire lives carrying this trauma with them. And this can do a very, very big number on your identity. In some cases, it can dig so deep into you that it becomes your identity. It forges your entire personality, which is terrible. To shape yourself around a spiky rock, it's like putting Play-Doh on the back of a porcupine and expecting it to not be pokey. It's gonna stick through. So to form healthy and true identities of who we are, we have to reflect on where we've been and be mindful of where we're heading. I've said this before, and being a conscious being is really difficult because we are purposefully focusing on thought. And most animals, most life that we know of isn't even capable of conscious thought, period. And here we are trying to shape it into whatever we want. Oh, look at that. It's getting foggy out. Well, the future's hard to see now. Whoa, it got really foggy. Oh, is it about to rain? I think it's about to rain. So yes, to summarize, I think identity is yes, an important thing, but don't make it such a life-altering thing. If you need to make changes in your life, if you're in a place that is just horrible for you or anyone around you, then by all means, go all out. I'm not saying be destructive, but be reconstructive. Identity is a very cool thing to pay attention to and understand who you are. And once you start doing that and appreciating the fact that not only are you able to do that, but you can appreciate who you are internally, and if you can't, you can even work on that. It's a great thing. It's a pretty cool thing to be mindful of. And this is why I love psychology so much, because every part of it is interesting, no matter what you think about. This episode is probably going to be close to as long as the last one was, and we could spend the entire runtime of this channel so far on just speaking about identity or just speaking about acceptance or assumptions. But yeah, we've talked a lot. I've talked a lot. You haven't talked at all. Actually, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. I've gotten a few comments so far, and I enjoy that, but I love reading them. I loved reading the ones I have so far. Talk back. This doesn't have to be a one-way thing, This street goes two ways. I might be the one making a video at 3 a.m., but, Okay, well, it's been admittedly another very long one. I wanted to keep these videos closer to half an hour or so, 45 minutes, just because I think it's more digestible that way. I think an hour and a half video, or like these last two are going to be an hour, I think it's just a little too much. So I want to be honest with you, I'm struggling to get the tempo of these videos right, like what I should be including in them and stuff like that. So I think we're kind of in like a growing stage of the channel, you know what I mean? But I'm dedicated to getting it right. So yeah, I think instead of dragging this out any longer, I think we're just gonna say goodnight here and catch up again in the next episode, which should be next week. I'm trying to stick to once a week, and I think that's working out pretty good so far. Let me know in the comments, obviously, if you have anything to tell me or any tips or anything that you would like to see. So, that being said, I will see you guys next time. I hope you are well. Bye, everybody.